Assalamualaikum. My name is Imanina binti Malim. My matrix number A22A1107. For this time, I will present my first assignment, Foundation of Management. That's individual assignment. I'm from class L4 and my lecturer name is Sir Hasanuddin bin Hassan. Our assignment objective is discuss all the work of Frederick Winslow, Henry Fayol, Mary Parker Follett, and Max Weber as it relates to the general administrative approach to management. For the introduction, the word manage is derived from the Italian verb managere, which means to handle something, notably a house. Being used as a Latin word meaning hand. The English word management meaning in the 17th and 18th centuries was heavily affected by the French word management. While the leadership involved power through persuasion, management involved power through the status. So it in contrast to surveillance. Meanwhile, for the administration, it is main coordination of tasks to accomplish goal is a management, setting the organization strategy and organizing staff effort to achieve this goal through the application of resources available. For the first person that I discuss is about Frederick Winslow. Frederick Winslow was born in 20 March 1856. He was an American mechanical engineer. He was well renowned for developing techniques to increase industrial productivity. A management philosophy called scientific management examines and combines workflows. Its primary goal to increase economic efficiency, particular labor productivity. Taylor's scientific management consists of 4 principles. First, replace the rule of thumb work method with method based on the scientific study of the task. Secondly, scientifically select, train, and develop each employee rather than passively relieving them to train themselves. Third, provide detailed instruction and supervision of each worker in the performance of that worker's discrete task. And the last one, divide the work nearly equally between managers and workers so that the managers apply scientific management principles to planning the work and the workers actually perform the task. Next, I will explain about advantages scientific management of Frederick Winslow. For the first, ability to control. The best part of scientific management theories is that when a manager have a good control over production production on the employees, the employees become special. And for the last, number 4, quick decision making. Planning ahead of a time and prompt decision making are few good aspects for scientific management theory. Let's move to the disadvantages of the scientific management. First, it requires a huge capital. The theory requires an investment of huge capital and considered as a costly system. The establishment of work study, planning department, training of workers, and standardization requires more money than the others. For the second one is management takes control. The management takes complete responsibility related to the control and planning of the workplace activities. Since the manager take up control of the employees, they lack creativity. Another reason for this is that since they repeat. Next, I will give a review for the concept scientific management theory. Many organizations adopt this notion primarily to boost productivity. Tasks are optimized for efficiency and personnel are instructed on the best way to complete them. They have a few drawbacks. Scientific management theories have helped with many issues and made them advantageous. The theories have a positive aspect, are the best explained in a variety of resources. So the experiment was continued for a while and came to a conclusion with the advantage and the disadvantages of the traditional scientific approach. For the second management is Henry Fayol. He is a French coal mine engineer, also director of mines and contemporary management theories. Sometimes he referred to as the father of modern management theory, that he can change how people thought about management. He established a broad idea that is applicable to every division and also level of management. The managers of organization use the Fayol theory to plan and control its internal operation. He focused on achieving managerial effectiveness. They are the 14 principles of management created by Henry Fayol are explained below. For the first one, division of work. Henry believed that separating work in the workforce among the worker will enhance the quality of the product. Similarly, he also concluded that the vision of will improve the productivity, efficiency, accuracy, and speed of the workers. For number two, authority and responsibility. They are the two key aspects of management. Authority facilitates the management to work efficiently and respond to their interests and make them worth. And for the last one, number 14, esprit de corps. It is a responsibility for the management to motivate their employees and be supportive of each other regularly. Developing the trust and mutual understanding will lead to a positive outcome and work environment. Till this day, the management function according to Henry Fayol from the 14 principles, Henry Fayol divide the management function into several process points, which are follows. First, the planning. Number two, organizing. Number three, directing, also in commanding. Number four, coordination or coordinating. And number five, controlling. These five management function are very suitable for any business or organism. Some organization very suitable for the work environment. Are a few advantages and disadvantages of Henry Fayol administrative approach to management. For the advantage, number one is the administrative theory by Fayol focuses on the prioritization of the general interest over the public interest. That means various individual skills of multiple employees are being collaborated for the purpose of to modern organization. For the second one, that this theory follow traditional rules and regulation. Modern organization face advanced issues which cannot be sufficiently resolved using these theories. Personal view for the concept and administrative management. For the first one, recent management research has revised and reinterpreted some of the concept to make them better and useful to firms. Other than that, they have persisted as a failure, proposed them and are still commonly used in administration of modern organization. Next, in the term of management as a practice, all organizations are generally comparable in a certain aspect. The need for management in all sort of business, with the profit or non-profit into production, marketing, center, and should be handled like in other corporate organization. So it can be the good service for the good future. For the person number three is Mary Parker Follett. American management consultant Mary Parker Follett was born 3 September 1868 until 18 December 1933. She was a social worker, philosopher, and a pioneer in the study of organizational theory and behavior. She was one of the outstanding female engagement specialists during the formative years of classical management theory. These two elements must exist under a leadership that does not seek to exercise power over people but instead increase the feeling of empowerment among those being led. Next, I will explain the management theory of Mary Parker Follett. For the first one, direct contact. Organization can avoid conflict of business goals. For number three, is focus on teamwork. Such as Follett said, the managers should prioritize group power above individual power. According to the thesis, effective leaders build power for the group rather than hoarding it for themselves. In the end, business exists to serve the needs of their entire workforce as well as their clients. Everyone must participating will feel like they are on the same team rather than competing if this altruistic attitude prevails. For the disadvantages, number one, not specific a theory or strategy. This theory is not clearly by the concept to people or organization to explain further. So they are not understanding very well. For number two, doesn't always work integrated. So problem solving is not larger business or larger companies because this theory management focus on a small organization. So it possible to affect a large group business. For personal review for this concept, for the concept Maria Parker followed, both ties among the workers and relationship between CEO and employees are encouraged in successful firms. In a small organization, it can make small benefit. It can make benefit from body systems, man-to-man connection, and other partnership programs that promote cooperation between employee who don't frequently work together, such as collaboration not only help each other party understand their roles in achieving the shared goals of the organization, but they also allow them to pick a new talent that will strengthen their perspective areas of the business. For personal the last person in theory management is Max Weber. He was born in 21 April 1864 until 14 June 1920. He was a German sociologist, historian, jurist, and political economist who is regarded as among the most important theories of the development in a modern Western society. His idea of profoundly influenced social theory and also research. While Max Weber did not see himself as a sociologist, but he is recognized as one of the fathers of sociology, along with Karl Marx and Emily Durkheim. According to Max Weber, bureaucracy is the most effective way to establish and run a business. It is essential for larger firms to attain maximum efficiency with the numerous people and the activities. Hence, the strictly bureaucratic administration rises to the optimum point precision, speed, and ambiguity, knowledge of files, continuity, and further on that can be reduction of material and personal costs. For the perfect frequency, everyone is treated equally, and the tasks are assigned according to each team's areas of expertise. Next, I will explain about Max Weber advantages and disadvantages of administrative approach to management. For number one, accountability. Accountability for this theory management, the bureaucratic culture, despite being perceived as a complex system of rules and also regulation, it demands accountability and responsibility. People who operate in this environment frequently have advanced degrees, better self-discipline, and are more tolerant. Compared to the people working for the other kinds of organization, they also frequently place a greater emphasis on the common good. For number two, job stability. It means as long as its personnel follow instruction, a bureaucratic structure also offer greater job security than alternative organizational system. In general, co-worker can anticipate a consistent income and benefits provide the follow instructions, adheres to rules, and takes responsibility for this job. For the last one, equal opportunity to succeed. A bureaucratic system discourage favoritism. So the impersonal character of connection has some advantage in a function bureaucracy. The emphasis is on equality. This implies that the consequences are affected by friendship. So political pressure takes a backseat to the influence that comes from doing well and consistently. For the personal view for this concept, Max Weber, he is a German sociologist and also political scientist. He finds a bureaucracy as a highly formal, impersonal, and organized organization. In the professionalization and the rationalization of a 19th century society were best addressed by this system. So a standard set of formal rules and procedures, a distinct division of labor authority, a complex multi-level administrative hierarchy, career orientation and dedication, hiring and retention decision. It all of this based on the merit and skills and almost impersonal interaction between employees are characteristic of organization that are described by bureaucratic theory. However, can undermine personal freedom and result in ineffective decision making, internal empire building, and sluggish decision making if it is not properly administrated. So this is last from me. My presentation about theory management. Thank you.